Scorchers have tallied more than 50% of their runs this season, 57% in total, in fact. Hit that one, Devine, and gets off the mark with the boundary. Mooney right down the ground, gets hold of that one, and she's away. Perth Scorchers hero, of course. Here's another one, Mooney, finding that gap on the offside, and the chase is on. Don't bother chasing that at Karen Rolton Oval. That is a stylish.
I'll just hit it along the ground, and that one's in the air. She can do it all.
Goes again, and Wellington can't cut it off. Batting outside of her crease here, Mooney, and taking her on, and beats shoot. Couldn't field that off her own bowling, and that's 4 more. Last ball of the power play, and Devine finds that gap backward of point. Across the line goes Devine once more, and this time in the gap. A desperate attempt.
Coming down the wicket.
That one sat up. Chance to go over mid-wicket. Beth Mooney gets some bat on it. Would have been a wide, but she'll bring up the 50 and goes past 50 for the 35th time in the WBBL. Advances and smashes it over the umpire's head. Bit of cat and mouse between bowler and batter, and Devine wins out. Going along so nicely. Now Devine gives herself some room, and with mid-off up inside the circle.
But with mid-on and mid-off especially up, if you miss your length slightly, it's a free hit for her.
Devine has 50. Both opening batters with a half century. And with 5 and a bit overs to go.
Next players to get in.
Clears mid-off. Again, that bottom hand comes into play from Mooney. In the gap, 4 more. Back in with her off spinners, and Devine takes her on and doesn't bother running after smashing that one. Devine able to go back down the ground again. Again, similar kind of delivery, and the breakthrough now. Devine gone.
Both Mooney and Devine have made it look.
Mooney tries to find that gap. Well, goes high. Cries of catch it. Big chance here. Oh, dropped by Barsby. Cries of catch it, and she's headed for the sheds already. Barsby doesn't drop that one. Lets out some frustration after dropping one in the previous over. Flicked away impressively by Graham. Does it have enough? Desperate attempt from Katie Mack. Oh, wild one. And Graham gives it everything and clears the rope. Right. And this time able to get right underneath it again. She's liking this matchup, but caught by Patterson in the deep, who's taken more catches than anyone else in the comp who hasn't been wearing gloves. King tries to do the same, and one bounce over the rope. Protection in the deep. Patterson able to keep it to 2. So the Scorchers have racked up another massive score in WBBL 07, looking to wrap up that final spot and go top of the ladder. We'll need Van Niekerk and Volvaert and Talia McGrath to come off. The captain expensive with the ball. 40 runs taken off her 3 overs. Looking to book a spot in the finals. Need 178 for victory. Here's the first ball from Marizan Cap next to Van Niekerk's name. Tries to break the shackles and beats mid-on. Leading edge. Cries of catch it. Plenty of spin on it. Well taken. Well handled at backward points. And this one swinging away. Able to lift it over the top. Katie Mack.
Strike rate just under 130.
That's a area, isn't it? Stylish cover drive. Mel Farrell will be taking a screenshot at home after that effort to get off the mark. Exists now on that WBBL ladder. Oh, outside edge and down in time to beat Mooney for 4.
Run up, your action.
Outside edge, that'll race away. And Volvard has found a couple of boundaries down to that.
This summer.
Graham handy with the bat late in the Scorchers innings, goes for a boundary first up. Volvard able to find the gap, and there wasn't a whole lot of room there. Floats this one up and was up, ready to celebrate. Thought the stumps were going to get knocked over, but she's gone for another boundary. Mack invents some width and finds the gap. Frickin in King's first over. Now Mack on strike, able to get just enough on it to clear those fielders inside the circle. And at Karen Rolton Oval, that's all you need to do.
The big one, though, is just that lack of play.
I was just about to mention that.
Brilliant shot from Mack. Again, Mack is being aggressive, taking on Marizan Cap and finding a very small gap.
High, they came down, played a bit of b-ball.
Here comes Lily Mills. And Volvart's able to find the gap. Just over the top of Lily Mills, and with Minoff up inside the circle. Strikers dugout up and about right now. False shot here, catch taken, a brilliant catch. Devine strikes, Carmichael holds on, Volvart is gone, and that's a big moment.
It was brilliant by Carmichael. Brought into the side for this match against the Strikers. Didn't get a bat, so needed to make an impact in some way in the field, and she's done just that.
Oh, streaky. Inside edge, fine leg up inside the circle. Sophie Devine that close to a double breakthrough. Goes for a boundary. Mooney up to the stumps, and that's McGrath's kind of area. Enough on that to go for 4. Katie Mack, we've seen her do that a few times. This time came off perfectly, and she's got a half century.
Coming into some very nice form indeed is Katie Mack at the top of the order for the Adelaide Strikers. One of the reasons why they've won the Strikers.
Stays in her crease this time, and King very unlucky. That's racing away. Work for Mills, who won't get there. Can you believe those? Outside edge, cries of catch it, and safely taken by Paparo. McGrath is gone. Pulled into the deep, plenty on that. And over the rope for 4. So hard to take down Alana King. Good fielder off her own bowling as well, but that beats her and goes all the way. Patterson lofts it down to Devine. Job done by Heather Graham. Needs to get hold of it, needs to clear the rope. Great catch. Heather Graham does it again, this time in the outfield. Here's Heather Graham. Another wild one from Devine. Drags it way outside off stump Sophie Devine. Net run rate's the only factor off that final delivery. They're top of the ladder now. They leapfrog the Heat and the Renegades into top spot with 2 games to go this season.